So hey guys, I figured I'd show you the latest creation here at Kachemak Skiffs. This here is a 23-foot Tolman Jumbo. It's got the normal front end here. We did do a little fancy bulkhead. Just put some fresh paint on this today. You can see it's quite shiny. We're using Interlux Topside from West Marine. So the windows are on order from British Columbia from Sea Star. You got some nice portholes that are going to go in here, brass. And this has a nice curb coming down here. Everything has been fiberglassed, all exterior surfaces. You can see the little console. The owner wanted a standing room, and then he'll have a pedestal seat here that he'll be able to lean back against and also sit on, and then put his feet up on the footrest there. Little fancy footrest. And then all of the fuel tank comes in. Let me show you the back here. Fuel tank comes in a little bit angled. I couldn't quite get the line in, so I had to bring the lines in over here. You can see the fill tube's going to go there. And then there's some fancy hatches. All the hatch covers are being done now. And then all the fancy side storage on both sides. And then there's going to be a battery box here on both sides of the dry well. Lids are being done. So this is a little fancy dry well where you can see where all the lines are going to come in back underneath the gunnel, all this controls. So this is all Meranti plywood. Gives you a really nice finish, and it's not really that much more than the fir plywood, fir marine. So yeah, it just gives you a little breakdown of what we're doing here. He's going to have a nice big back deck, and then the typical hatches. You can see his gas line coming out. It has a belly tank, about an 80-gallon belly tank. Have it welded by local welder. They cost about $1,000 to get them welded, so they're not cheap. You can see into the cuddy cabin there. So he is going to weld his own aluminum braces here for the back. You can see we did some reinforcement. 2x here we glassed in. Those are going to have an aluminum post coming down to here. So all of this is lag sanded. I like to go to AIH and buy a 20 to 50 grit sandblast sand, and I embed in the epoxy. So I tape my lines with frog tape, and then I roll the epoxy, and then when it's wet I take a salt shaker and I shake on wet, or I mean not wet, I shake on the sand so that it embeds in the epoxy, not the paint. The paint's not tough. The paint will have to be repainted every 5 years, so you know, you better just do it right the first time. You'll be glad you did. So nice big drain holes for his dry well, and then he does have flush deck holes here for his to drain his deck. That's going to fit the same size as the drain hole down here in the bottom. So if you're reading the book, the Tolman book, you'll see that you drill a 1-inch hole and then you fiberglass the inside of it. We put those on deck. Not that these boats are really self-bailing, they're not. But that allows you to put plugs and then also spray all your fish guts and stuff off when you pull it out of the water. So when you're out on the water, you have to keep plugs in there, or, you know, you're not really going to self-bail. So you can. Neil Schlee has some ideas there on Fishy Fish you can look at. Gives you some ideas. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Hope you enjoyed it.